Hot day. What's up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Crazy Show, episode 231. Oh, and before I forget, as you all know, Call Me Crazy and the End of Television is on public access, and it is also on YouTube. And the point that I'm talking about is that I'm going off. No, really, guys. Call Me Crazy is on YouTube, and there's this service that is being done for videos and other live feeds on YouTube, where they do closed captioning. So I wanted to be able to say next week when I see episode 231, which is the one that I'm filming in front of right now, that my words are correct and correlate correctly with the way I'm talking onto YouTube. Enough of that. Anyways, thank you very much. This is episode 231. The biggest news I found out for the past couple of weeks that I think is the most interesting current event is, as we all know, we're 3 space shuttle voyages away from being in the final one. We have 3 space shuttle launches set, and they're the last 3, and that's the end of it. And President Obama is going to take NASA into this new direction where manned flight is going to be taken over by the private sector. Meaning people like Richard Branson and the founder of PayPal and the founder of Amazon and all those rich people, they already have started companies where they're building rockets, and everybody's doing it. And a lot of astronauts, former astronauts and current astronauts, half of them are mad because they feel like the U.S. should not give up the lead in space, in the pioneering of space frontier, because we've always been the first one, or one of the first ones on space, other than the fact when Russia put Sputnik back in 57. But so that's going on. So NASA's going in a new direction, but we do intend to go to the moon. That's what they said. And we also intend to have manned flight, also orbit Mars. And here's the deal. What's going to happen, what they want to do is less than a decade from now, that we want to be able to land on an asteroid. As we all remember in Armageddon, they land on the asteroid and trying to blow it up so they can save Earth. But it's going to be a reality pretty soon, hopefully, which I find it interesting because it's about time, because it's been almost 40 years since we were on the moon for the first time. And that was the last period that we ever went back up there. It was 72, I believe. But so that's the idea of manned flight. What the new direction of the NASA company, NASA is going to be doing. NASA wants to land on an asteroid within a decade. And then by the year 2030, hopefully, what the plan is, if we can go from planet Earth, go to the space station, go from the space station to an asteroid or to another planet, and then hopefully be able to orbit Mars. Not land on Mars, though, I believe. But maybe hopefully orbit Mars, with humans orbiting Mars for the first time in human history, which I think would be freaking awesome. Because I know we had sent the probe, we had sent the Mars Finder, the Pathfinder, if you will, to Mars back in '97. Then a couple of years ago, it beamed back pictures of Mars, and we found out maybe there is water on Mars, or maybe there was water on Mars thousands of years ago. But the whole point now that I like the fact that we're changing direction in NASA, because for so long we've been going up in the space shuttle. For I think the first space shuttle launch was 1978. I think it was named after the Enterprise, I believe. The Space Shuttle Enterprise, that was the first one. But it's about time that we think about Mars, because it's already 2010 and we had yet been on the moon since the early 70s. You know, in the 80s and 90s we never went. I know we've been building a space station. The space station gets bigger and bigger every year. And what the plan is too, that International Space Station will be the destination point of U.S. and private citizens from the world who have enough money to take a rocket flight to the space shuttle, space station, will be able to. So people like Tom Cruise and Paris Hilton who can afford that, they'll be doing that. But hopefully I would like to be able to say, you know what, here what I would do, guys, if I was ever tapped to be one of the guys go up to the International Space Station. Because apparently the Russian government, they already allow private citizens. If you have money, you can go up there with the Russian astronauts and hang out for a couple of days. But what I would love to do, guys, seriously, if I was picked to be on a rocket or a spaceship to be able to go to the International Space Station in a couple of years, hopefully, this what I would do, guys. Seriously. Okay, I will get on I will say goodbye to everybody, right? I will see them again. But I would get on the spaceship, go to the International Space Station, and then when I get there, go to my room, or I guess it would be called my cabin, I guess, because it is a ship, and I would go on my ship, and then the first thing I would do, there will be two things I would do. I would break out my iPod, and I would plug in my headphones, okay? And then I will put on the soundtrack for 2001, Space Odyssey, right? Looking out the window, and then I will pop some hallucinogenics. I would love to do some hallucinogenic, listen to my iPod while I'm on the International Space Station. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be cool. And then I could actually be believed to think that I'm like Captain Kirk. I know, I'm just rambling. But that's the biggest news I've been able to see for this week was people like Buzz Aldrin. He's for this new strategy that NASA's going for. Let the private sector take over manned space flight. Then other astronauts like Neil Armstrong, who's very reclusive, he thinks it's a horrible idea, and he thinks that the private sector will not be smart enough to handle the complications and problems of manned space flight. So that's the big news. The second big thing I wanted to talk about was a couple days ago in Iceland, one of the biggest volcano eruptions ever recorded was filmed. But it's making a big impact because I saw a picture and some videos of it. I forgot what the name of the volcano is, but the volcanic ash spewing out, it went in the atmosphere and it's so huge. I wish I had a picture, and I'm stupid because I had everything, my research periodicals with me earlier, but I forgot to bring them. So that's about that. Third thing I want to talk about, the iPad. I want one, folks. So if you guys ever out there want to donate an iPad, I'm your man. I want an iPad. It was a year ago today, guys, that we Call Me Crazy and the end of television was checking out MIA and various other bands in Coachella. This is day 2 of Coachella and we're not there. But it makes me kind of sad. No, I'm just kidding. Coachella, I've been there twice with the end of television and Woolhype, DJ Kingpin Flash. But I wish I was there now. But that's okay. The only thing I would have loved to see about Coachella 2010, which was happening, what was happening last night, was able to be able to see them, Crooked Vultures, and Jay-Z. That would have been freaking awesome. Other news is that apparently the city council have been talking about taking public access to Channel 12 headquarters. Apparently it would be cheaper to take public access down to Channel 12 headquarters instead of Channel 12 people coming down to public access. I don't care as long as we're freaking fucking open. I'm sorry I said that, but I just want to be open all the time. I hate this furlough thing that we're going on. We're going to be closed for the month of June, public access. So that means I have to film extra, guys. Which means I get kind of bored. No, I get kidding, guys. That's about it, guys. April is coming and going. We all know tax day was a couple days ago. If you're smart, you'll do your taxes in January. Don't wait till the last minute. Because I know a lot of people who wait till the last minute. And you know what? We're trying to get into that line at the post office before midnight on tax day. I did that 10, 15 years ago. I learned my freaking lesson, man. No way. So get to it in January. And hopefully everybody gets a refund. And, life has been going great. And before I sign off, next week, the next segment for this show will be a little better. I know I say that all the time. I'm like a broken record. But for all you people out there who, in the deep, dark depth of night, when you're struggling with your demons, with addiction, let it be cocaine, alcohol, or heroin, or gambling. And if you are on the road to recovery and you're thinking about relapsing, please don't, guys. Learn from my mistakes because I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not crazy. I'm crazy. Donovan McNabb. I'm a dork. Big dork. Fuggy wug. Okay, enough, do enough. Oh, okay. How long was that? 10 minutes? Oscars was I had to wait the following morning. So the following morning I had got up real early, like 5 morning paper, and while in the morning paper, uh, my friend said to me, first thing she said out of her mouth, she saw the Hurt Locker. And I had, for all night I was thinking that I bet it's going to be Avatar. I want to wake up in the morning and it's going to be James Cameron, Best Director, Best Picture, Best Special Effects, which we did win. But I was thinking it's going to sweep the whole thing. And then I love James Cameron, his work in Terminator 1 and 2, and Alien, and True Lies. Those are classic pictures. But I didn't think, I haven't seen Avatar, but I just didn't want it to sweep the Oscars. So when my friend, she says, Hurt Locker, I could not believe it. And then I said best actor. She had Jeff Bridges. I couldn't believe it. The best actress, Sandra Bullock winning. I could not believe that. I could have swore it was going to be somebody else. I just thought that her being nominated for best actress was a fluke, but apparently not. She freaking won. And then best director was Catherine Bigelow winning. First time a woman winning Best Director and directing the Best Picture movie. So I got nominated and it went on to win Best Picture. And then Monique winning Supporting Actress, never saw that coming. And then Christopher Weiss, I'm not really sure what his last name is, from Inglourious Basterds, film by Quentin Tarantino. Great film, but now that I think about it, he is possibly the best thing in the film, because he's very cold-hearted in the film, but yet his character is numb to the environment. He doesn't see the big picture. But anyways, so when I saw the Hurt Locker had won Best Picture, and she had told me, my jaw had dropped because I was convinced that Avatar was going to win. So a couple days ago, I saw the Hurt Locker, only because they won Best Picture, and I wanted to see what the fuss is about. Great film. Great film. It's not the greatest Best Picture I've seen. One of the greatest Best Pictures I've seen is possibly Rocky and The Departed. The Departed and Lawrence of Arabia. But The Hurt Locker is in the film in itself, so if you haven't seen it, please watch The Hurt Locker. It's based on true stories that happened in Iraq and Afghanistan. But I just want to say congratulations to Sandra Bullock, because I had always liked her ever since I had saw her in Speed. Remember that not so great movie from the summer of 1994 with Keanu Reeves about the bus, the getaway bus that you can't stop on the freeway in Los Angeles. But I have liked her since then, and it was good to see her win, because for all you people out there too, if you don't know this, she was also producer, and she's friends of George Lopez, and she was also producer of the George Lopez show when George Lopez was running in his original time slot on ABC in the early in this decade. So enough about that. One thing about Avatar I read about today that blew my mind was the fact that it cost $250 million to make. It cost $250 million to make, and so far today I saw the intake is about to pass it already passed the billion mark worldwide, but it's about to pass the 800 million mark here in the U.S. 800 million, that's crazy. I don't know, folks, you tell me let me know what you think about the movie Avatar by James Cameron. A lot of people say it's a pro rainforest, pro tree hugging environmental movie. I don't care what it stands for. I just want to see what the movie's about. I had a chance a couple of weeks ago we had a chance to go see Avatar in IMAX, the opportunity didn't come up. An opportunity came up to see Anvil, who, by the way, is one of the early 80s metal bands from the time of Iron Maiden, AC/DC, and many others. But anyway, we got to meet, and we got to see Anvil in concert at the Marquee. Me, Marty, and a couple buddies, Cliff Campbell, he rock, and Paul, 187. We went to go see Anvil, and then Anvil was nice enough to stick around after the show, and they had like a little meet and greet, and we got to meet Anvil, which was cool, one of my highlights of my life. And if you think that's not a highlight, then you can go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. It was cool meeting Anvil. They're sweet guys, just like they are in the movie Anvil, the documentary. But that was a cool concert. It was cooler to meet them in the flesh, because they act just the same way like they act in the movie. And then also, during the time that we were doing TV, we got to see Alice in Chains at the Dodge Theater in Phoenix, which, by the way, was one of my favorite concerts of all time. That was my fourth time seeing Alice in Chains. Third time with the new singer, though. I was one of the lucky ones. I got to see Alice in Chains back in '93 in April with Marty at the TCC exhibition hall, which was underground at the TCC Arena. One of the most scariest nights of my entire life. And believe me, I had a lot of scary nights. But the Alice in Chains concert at the Dodge Theater, it was awesome. It was great. I'm sorry to say this year, and the television called me crazy, will not be attending Coachella this year. The fucking economy, I mean, they call it the Great Recession. You know, I'm feeling the pinch. I know everybody is. Some more than others, but the fact that you're still feeling the pinch. But I sympathize. But it will get better, guys. It will get better. I know the road out there seems long and hard, filled with many obstacles that goes in that's in front of your way to get the best things out of life. But it will get better. And if you are one of those people like who I am, who are taking it day by day, appreciating the life like you all should, please keep it up. But it's been a while. I'm glad to be back on the air. I missed you guys. And for all you people out there in recovery, let it be alcoholism, sex addiction, coke addiction, gambling, smoking. If you're on the road to sobriety and if you have yet to do any of the bad things that you associate yourself when you're not sober, then continue on that road. Please, because at the end you'll only be sick and tired of being sick and tired. But anyways, I'm signing off. It was great to talk to you guys again. God bless everybody. But I wanted to be able to say thank you to all you returning veterans from Afghanistan, Iraq, who get to come visit for a while at the U.S. stateside, and then they get to leave and report back to duty. So I just want to be able to say thank you guys in the armed forces. God bless you guys. And Tucson, Arizona, I'm back. I am back with a vengeance. One more thing I want to tell you guys is that, they say they're revamping Real Nuevo people again. We'll see. But anyways, I'm out, folks. Good to see you guys, and I love you guys. Lates.
The Call Me Crazy Show. The Call Me Crazy Show. The Call